Good afternoon, everyone. This is Anthony, Wall Street Trader. It's 12:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday, August 25th, 2021. This is not financial advice. The video is intended for educational purposes only. Click the subscribe, click the bell, click the thumbs up. Let's make sure this stuff around Nucypher gets to the top of the heap. We want people to know the greatness of Nucypher. Intraday updates are in the text below the video, and you can subscribe to that Twitter link if you want my intraday updates. Moving forward into Nucypher, my current position is right down here in the yellow section on the bottom. I am now 125% of my risk capital. I'm 25% uneasy, but not that uneasy because I've really reduced my average cost basis down from 43.7 cents down to 39.2. Now, let's go into the market and see what's going down. All right, last week when we did this video, we were talking around a 29 handle. We're around 31 cents right now, nothing crazy. That being said, we did get over this yellow resistance line. This is part of the broadening wedge. We touched it finally, but we didn't break through it. And as I always mention, you got to get through this thing for a period of time. You cannot just peep on through it and peep on through it and peep on through it. It's not a proper fist through the resistance line. We need something much stronger. Now, we see this red line that I drew down here. I'm not great at color coding this stuff, but the red doesn't mean dead here. Red is support. This is actually a positive trend. Now, we are only days away from this thing making some kind of move. And I don't know what it's going to look like at this point. But right now, the only thing I could say is I am continually bullish based on the trend that we're seeing. But this resistance line has been around for a little bit longer. So it's hard to say which way this thing's going to go at this point in time. That being said, like Nucypher, as a cryptocurrency, as a Web 3.0 foundational piece of technology, I think this is a great buying opportunity. I think 30 cents is like still roaring cheap, and day after day, I always get tempted to buy some more. But I am overexposed to it in terms of my risk tolerance. That being said, let's take a look at Nucypher Bitcoin. Now, this is one of the two pairs that I look at, Nucypher Bitcoin and Bitcoin, to see what I think might happen to Nucypher in dollars. Now, if I zoom into the pattern here, it's clearly a trend on the way up. So we can't say that this thing's, now it's right over here where my crosshairs are at this point in time at 631. We could continue up this trend. Right now, there's no reversal pattern that I can see on this trend whatsoever. We see these little squirty W's that are, very terrible looking W's, but nonetheless they are, and very jaggedy. But we are definitely on a trend up, and we have to see how this will play out over the coming days. Bitcoin is also catching a bid after yesterday night. Now, we from the last video, I was wondering if we would hit 42,000. We did not. We actually only hit 44,000. And where was it? It was around here. It was actually 43 and change. Now, we had since bounced back, and we continue to hug this green line. The green line that I had drawn months ago. Look at the past prediction. I had a prediction video out on it. I'll republish that out again. But on Bitcoin, I see it going to 80,000. Now, this thing is riding like a zip line right now, right? We're just putting our hand on this green line and sliding up it. Now, I think that we still have a bigger push up here because, what I'm starting to observe here is that we're starting to see kind of like an inverted head and shoulders, which is bullish. Could take us and sling us to 58,000, in days. I'm not saying that we're going to get there in days. I'm just saying it looks like that's kind of target completion for this inverted head and shoulders pattern that had started since May. Now, again, 80,000 on or about between now and the end of the year. I anticipate this, and this is actually the end of the year. If you look at the vertical all the way down, this is December 31st. Now, I still think we're going to hit it. We could hit it sooner. We could hit it at the end, and we might not hit it at all. But I think that we're definitely, I feel strongly that we will, and I'm heavily invested in Bitcoin. Now, let's go into Bitcoin dominance. It's not doing well. In fact, I still consider this a bearish pattern. Why? Because the trend is still down. If I drew this, we still have this downward trend, which is showing me, at least, that I don't see us, until we break out of this, we're not going to see Bitcoin dominance increase. That doesn't mean that Bitcoin is going to go down. It just means that on a relative view, Bitcoin might underperform altcoins, which if Bitcoin goes up, that means altcoins will just do that much better. So anyway, take that with a grain of salt. Now, there's been something that came up on Discord. Again, I tell everyone to follow Discord, including the Threshold Network. There is a TBTC version 2 token now live. So if you look at the, if you look at what they're talking about, and this is on the Threshold Network, which is highlighted on the left. What you're seeing here is that they're talking about getting people to start minting their version 2 tokens, which are backed by version 1 tokens, which are backed by Bitcoin. So this is on the Keep side of the network right now. And all they're doing is doing some conversions. They are not talking about the actual bridge and implementation of this, but people should be very aware of what's going on here. And it is alpha, which means it's not beta. So it's incredibly early on. I think we're still, I can't tell you where we are. There's very little information on when they think this actual launch will happen on the Keanu network, but, I'll keep everyone posted on that. All right, going back to the markets real quick. Looking good on all of Nucypher, still bullish trend. Nucypher Bitcoin, still bullish trend, still over that line, that orange line, right? We had this wiki stuff that doesn't count. Bitcoin, also still bullish here. We're in this channel, and I don't see any cause for alarm here whatsoever. We're still on the trek up, in my view. Dominance may go down, Bitcoin going up, Nucypher US dollar going up even more. Anyway, talk soon.